Okay, for my speech, I'm going to be talking about rock climbing. I have very recently, as of a week and 1 day ago, I have started rock climbing, and I've only been twice. So I love it, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it and about some tips for beginners, things that I'm learning right now. So, when you think of rock climbing, you think that it's going to take a lot of upper body strength, but one of the number one tips is to use your feet because your legs are a lot stronger than your arms. So if you can learn how to utilize your feet and getting a good grip and then pushing up with your legs, you won't get as tired as quickly, and then you'll be able to climb for longer amounts of time and for higher, and you'll be able to climb higher and everything. So that's a really good tip for rock climbing, is to remember to use your legs. Another tip for rock climbing is when you are climbing and when you do have your hand holds, like when your hands are gripped, to remember that your skeleton, like your bones, are stronger than your muscles. Your muscles will get tired very quickly. So instead of holding on with like your muscles, so your arms bent and stuff, remember to straighten out your arms and let those muscles relax. And that is a way that you can rest your arms and be in a resting position. And that way you can climb, and then your arms will get tired, and then you can rest them, and then you can keep climbing. So again, you can be climbing for a longer amount of time. And I should have gone over gear and stuff first. I'll do that at the end. Another thing is that, another tip is to not over grip the holds. So don't get too stressed out while you're holding on to your hand holds, because then that will cause you to tire out quickly as well. And so it's important to just kind of relax and just like hold on to it, because you're a lot stronger than you think you are. And so to just like work on your grip strength and not be like clenching the holds the whole time, because then your arms will get extra tired. Another thing that I've learned with climbing is that it's good to start out with bouldering. And the difference between bouldering and climbing is climbing, it's more taller walls, and you can go, like, obviously you can go higher, and you have like a rope that's attached to you and attached to your harness, and then somebody's like helping you and ready to like catch you, and they're like, it's called belaying when they're at the bottom, and they're like there to catch you. So that is climbing. And then bouldering is with shorter walls, and you aren't attached with a harness, and so you're just like climbing a little bit. It's more like it's more form and like precise, so that you can work on your technique when you're climbing. And so it's good to start out with that, with bouldering, so that you can get the technique down and you can get the muscles used to like the motions and everything, and then you're not very high up, so it's not as dangerous. And with that being said, it's really important to practice falling, especially when you're bouldering. Well, both climbing and bouldering. But when you're bouldering, normally there's like a mat at the bottom, and if you are like falling and you don't have the right technique, you could like roll an ankle, you could land bad, you could get really hurt falling, obviously. And so it's important to, when you practice falling, you just like fall back on like your feet, but then you roll out of it onto your back, so that a lot of the impact is in that like motion of going onto your back. And so it's important to practice falling, and then also when you're climbing, to make sure you have someone belaying you at the bottom who you trust. That way you can make sure that you'll be okay in case you fall, and to practice that as well when you're on the rope with whoever's belaying you, to practice that motion of falling and them catching you with the rope and everything. And then something really important also is if you really like it, get your own gear, because it's a great investment. Because if you're climbing all the time, then you'll have your own gear and you'll be used to it and it'll feel good. So I just barely started, like I said, and I only have 2 things of gear so far. My next purchase is shoes, but I do have this bag. It's a chalk bag, and there's chalk inside. Here it's in a bag because I haven't used it yet, but so it's a chalk bag, and you like to use chalk when you're rock climbing to get a better grip on the rocks and if your hands get sweaty so you don't slip. And then I also have a harness. Again, I haven't used it yet. And this is my harness. So this goes around your waist, and then these go around your legs. And then this, you clip the rope to the front. And so yeah, that is a little bit about beginner rock climbing.